What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my Saturday night's main event reaction from last night, although I watched it this morning mainly because I just wasn't interested in any of the matches enough. There wasn't really enough on the line for me that I cared about, but you know, it's just one of those. It is another 5-match card from Triple H, and it seemed like it was more of a forced one than anything else. You know, it was a 4-match card until very late because it was only men in the entire card, so it seemed like they threw in a women's match, Chelsea versus Zelina, little easy rematch that they were always going to do at some point, probably just on an episode of SmackDown, seeing as the women's mid-card titles barely get on pay-per-view since their inception, which doesn't seem like a great way to build them up. But anyway, that was on the card, and if anything, that lowered the hopes of the women's mid-card titles being on pay-per-view again, even though it's a glorified house show, isn't it? But yeah, Zelina versus Chelsea was not very good, albeit they only got 5 minutes, but that is one of the worst 619s I've ever seen. Zelina completely fluffed it and then basically kicked Chelsea square in the nose, and she got a bit of colour from that, but she won with a nice code red from the top rope, which was nice to see. It was a good move, is what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way. And she did retain her title as expected, so that puts me 1-1, 1 from 1 for the predictions. So yeah, let's get on to the other 4 matches on the card, which I do have figures representing what happened. We'll get into the main event of sorts to start off with. The main event of Saturday night's main event, Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. Obviously, Jey Uso returned. That's why he is triumphant over here. He did retain his title thanks to an assist from Cody Rhodes, the returning Cody Rhodes. But only, you know, it's not an assist like most ref bump assist from a heel sort of thing. It was an evening of the numbers. You know, Cody settled the score, I suppose you could say, as we saw John Cena come out. Obviously, before the show, you might not have seen it. Him and Jey Uso had, you know, shared some words, and Cena looked like a bit of a supervillain the way he was speaking. I don't know if he's practicing for an acting role. He's saying, "I'm really interested," or "I'm really looking forward to the next time I see you, Jey." And he's talking about how great would it be if I left the company with my title and the world champion was a YouTuber. And then obviously he comes out to try and help Logan Paul, tries to beat up Jey, and obviously Cody comes back. You're thinking, yeah, Cody's coming back for his title. He gets on the mic, he's telling you, blah, 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 blah. That's enough from you, John. I'm coming back for my title. He says, your farewell tours ran through Rhodes country, and you're thinking, rematch time. So you've got a partner in Logan Paul, I've got a partner in a brother, Jey Uso, so we'll see you at Money in the Bank. What? Why? I don't get it. So now Money in the Bank has no world title match, at least on the men's side of thing, because both world champions are wrapped up in a tag match with Logan Paul in it as well, which isn't quite as bad as the rumours that we'd get a 3-on-3 tag match with Logan Paul and Travis Scott both on one side, which I just have no interest in. I can't remember who's the other one on the good guys side. Jimmy, Jey, and Cody, I think. At least that's not happening, hopefully. I mean, there is time for that to build up. Travis Scott's going to be involved again, isn't he? But yeah, that's what we've got to look forward to in 2 weeks' time at Money in the Bank. At least the only saving grace of that could be that if both men are wrapped up, both world title holders are wrapped up in a tag match, and if John Cena's in it, and John Cena and Cody Rhodes, it could be the main event. Obviously, main event Jey Uso as well is in it, and Logan Paul, the megastar. Is it? Does he say that? Have I just taken that from LA Knight? I don't know. But the viral sensation, or whatever they call him, the viral moment maker, all that shit, he's in it as well. If that main event, that's going to be after the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So, I mean, there's a chance that you could get a cash-in because both world champions are there at the same time. But I don't want a quick cash-in like they just wasted it last year. Although it did make Punk and Drew's feud better, it did sort of just waste the briefcase. But yeah, that's that. We get a tag match at Money in the Bank. And who cares? But yeah, so back at Elimination Chamber, The Rock wanted Cody to be his champion. Obviously, he had to pivot from that. His plan B was, I suppose, to make John Cena his champion. So, obviously, now John Cena's a champion, The Rock doesn't show up and he didn't help him. Dickhead. But yeah, John Cena defends his title. Oh, wait. No, he doesn't. He has a non-title match against R-Truth. Yep, that is actually what happened on a televised show as well, using one of his 36 dates up on a match against R-Truth, who was dressed in John Cena gear. I mean, it was what it was going to be. It's a fun little match. Just R-Truth gets in some John Cena like offense and stuff like that. And then you move to the finish. John Cena, low blow, AA, 1, 2, 3, hits him with a title. I'm just bored. I'm really bored of this farewell tour. Can we start it again next year? I saw someone on Twitter saying he does a Mark Henry at the end of the year and then has a face run through to WrestleMania 42. I'd be completely on board with that, because this has been, I'm sorry, they've mullered this. It's terrible. I'm not happy with this, with John Cena's farewell tour at all. I'm not really happy with WWE as a whole at the minute. I feel like it's just not going in a great direction, you know, the stuff and like the pay-per-view dates and the calendar and moving and Las Vegas becoming like the home of WrestleMania. I've got no interest in that, and I feel like TKO is slowly ruining WWE. But I'll save that for an episode of Let's Talk Wrestling, shall I? But yeah, John Cena holds up his title after he didn't defend it. And then you get to Priest versus McIntyre in the steel cage match. The main one that I was sort of looking forward to. Up until that point, I was 3 for 3 on predictions. Or was I? I don't know. I feel like it was the second to last match. But anyway, this is the only one I got wrong. Although I did say I could see Damian Priest escaping the cage and that he would win because McIntyre's going to go off. And it seems like he is being written off of television now, and he's going to have an extended sort of period off screen, which is probably for the best. Obviously, he said he's working hurt and he couldn't even move his head all the way to one side, to the left, I think. I'm assuming that's after that South of Heaven bump he took at Backlash. And they've just wrote him off with the concerto that obviously Priest used against Edge, who invented the concerto. So there's a nice bit of continuity there, which I'm happy with. I've got no problem with Priest winning. I don't know if that's sort of a way to make him a heel again, or if that's a way to make Drew a face. Potentially he could come back as a face. I just want to see Drew in the main event scene and win the world title, to be honest. Damian Priest, I don't know where he goes from here, if he does set his sights back on the US title because he thinks he would have won it without McIntyre in it. But, you know, it was probably one of the better matches on the card, but it was the only prediction I did not get right, because in the tag match, Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker did in fact beat CM Punk and Sami Zayn with an assist from Bronson Reed. I did say I would have liked to have seen them win it clean. Obviously, I would have preferred them to win it clean and just be dominant heels more than anything else, but I did say there was a good chance that there would be a third man. And honestly, I completely forgot about Bronson Reed, but I think he is the perfect person to slot into this group, because he is dominant, he's a heel, you know. Up until his injury at Survivor Series War Games, he was looking really good. He was on the up. Obviously, he squashed Seth Rollins with about 8 tsunamis, and now Seth Rollins has went, yeah, you know what, I want that in my group. And I think that worked perfectly well. I mean, obviously they feuded, but why can they not be bad guys together? I'm pretty happy with the addition. I think it's pretty perfect for the group. He's a monster, and he'll be on the up as well, which is nice. And I am a really big fan of Bronson Reed. I think he's fantastic. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's going at the minute. I do like this new stable, and it'll be really interesting to see where it goes. Obviously, some people are already saying Bron Breakker versus Seth Rollins, WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title, either like WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas again, or WrestleMania 43, wherever that's held, probably Saudi Arabia, but, or just, you know, wherever they get the most money from. But yeah, that's probably the match that I'm most looking forward to, what's coming out of it, you know, and how it continues. Obviously, Punk and Sammy lose. Heyman orchestrated the Bronson Reed thing, maybe. I'm not sure, but it'll be interesting to see where they go from this Monday Night Raw. And going forward, you know, are Sammy and Punk going to get a third man to help them out? But yeah, I am happy with this addition to the stable. I think they did definitely need another person. I mean, not that they aren't good enough, it's just 2 seems a bit odd, you know. 2 and a manager just seems like a weird number. It's not really a faction, it's just like a mentor and a mentee of sorts. But yeah, I think this is really, really good, and probably the best thing to come out of it. And yeah, as I say, Bronson Reed, very good choice. I think obviously some people throw names around like Austin Theory. I know that they want to elevate him, and people are quite high on Theory at the minute, but that's because they want to see him be a babyface, not turn an even bigger heel. So I don't understand that. But there's other guys that, like Eddie Thorpe was thrown around as an idea, not seriously, just on Twitter, and then he got fired about 3 days after it. So, you know, that sums up the general thoughts and how much weight the Instagram or internet wrestling community actually has on things, and how in touch they are with it. But you know, WWE and TKO is quite out of touch as well. So yeah, that's about it. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like on the video, subscribe for more, and turn your post notifications on so you're actually updated when I do upload. I've got tons more coming, Dead Man's Deliveries, more pay-per-view predictions and reviews or reactions. Obviously, Money in the Bank's only in a couple weeks. I've got loads to talk about on Let's Talk Wrestling in the coming days. Dead Man's Workshop, figure flipping, the PIC-FED coming soon, all of this good stuff. So stay tuned for that. Turn your post notifications on, as I said. If there's anything else you'd like to see, leave that in the comments down below, and I will definitely try and get to it. And yeah, that's about all for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.